Welcome to the Climate and Water Outlook for summer 2020-21. In contrast to last summer, wetter than normal conditions are likely across much of the country. This means the chance of widespread flooding is raised in eastern Australia. However, we will still see some heat waves and some fires at times. But first, let's look at recent conditions. Spring rainfall was near average for large parts of southern Australia. However, eastern Queensland largely missed out, particularly the southeast of the state. Spring days were very much warmer than average for much of Australia, with record temperatures in parts of the north. Darwin Airport saw 14 days over 35 degrees, far above the old November record of just 11 days. But while spring rainfall was near average, a dry and warm November means soils are once again drier than average in parts of eastern Australia. However, in Western Australia, soil moisture is above average following recent rain. With a wetter spring this year than in 2019, many water storages across southern Australia are still increasing and are higher than they were at this time last year. However, storage levels in Tasmania and southwest WA are lower than they were in November 2019. So what will influence our climate in the coming months? In the Pacific Ocean, La Niña is well established, with cooler than normal waters in the central and eastern Pacific. This pattern is likely to continue through summer, easing in early autumn. La Niña typically increases the likelihood of above average rainfall over summer across much of eastern Australia. Warmer waters to the north of Australia are also likely to increase the chance of rainfall over summer. To the south, very strong winds over Antarctica are likely to draw weather systems further south. This positive southern annular mode could also increase rainfall for southeast Australia. As a result, summer is likely to be wetter than average across most of Australia. The Streamflow Outlook for November to January suggests high or near median stream flows are likely at most locations. High flows dominate the forecast for the first time this year, mainly in the southeast. With high stream flows and above average rainfall likely, there is an increased risk of widespread flooding across eastern Australia. Summer days are likely to be warmer than average for parts of southeast Australia, coastal Queensland and far western parts of WA. Abundant grass growth during spring has led to increased grass fire risk in parts of New South Wales. However, bushfires are always a risk in any summer. Keep an eye on forecasts and warnings from the Bureau and local fire agencies. La Niña also means we're expecting average to above average numbers of tropical cyclones and tropical lows. So in summary, summer is likely to see above average rainfall across most of Australia, warmer than average days in some coastal areas, high and near median stream flows at most locations, and an increased risk of widespread flooding in eastern Australia. Thanks for joining us. You can find out more about the outlooks on our website. We'll see you next time.